What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. I am here on the Spectral Assault Prime Incursion in Unholy Catacombs, and I have mentioned on this map many times that you can do it if you're really careful and aggressive without cleansing any of the knights. Now, obviously, of course, you come down, you match the colors and all the cleansing swords, and you cleanse the knights. That really is the puzzle aspect of the incursion. However, the knights actually do a very small amount of damage to the core. It takes quite a few knights built up to burn through that full 250,000 core health. So, with a spawn camp build, you can without a doubt do it without the Spectral Knights. Now, the reason I am running it now is I've had a bunch of people tell me, hey, you know, you talk about doing it without the knights, but I never see you doing it without the knights. So is it really possible? Well, here we go. Let's hop right on into it and get it done. Now, obviously, to burn through all the mobs before the knights kill your core, you're gonna have to make sure you spawn camp. Spawn camping is 100% the only way to get it done, as if you turtle build or build back here at all, it's going to take so long for the mobs to walk up to your defenses that the knights are going to have plenty of time to come out and smack on your core. Now, there's a couple of things that can throw you off here a bit besides just the spawn camping. The first would be the EMP Kobold Flyers. As most folks know that have done this map, quite frequently EMP Kobolds will get stuck. Now, obviously, stuck mobs are going to extend the time as well. So you want to make sure you've got something that can hit inside of the spawn and get these stuck mobs killed. Many different heroes will have effects, or like the Beacon of the Storm shard will go inside of the spawn and take these out, but you want to make sure to pay attention to them. Now, the other thing is siege rollers. If you're using a petrify build, which I am going to do, siege rollers can without a doubt cause a problem, as sometimes petrified siege rollers can take much longer to kill than non-petrified siege rollers. So you want to make sure you're paying attention to siege rollers and getting them burnt out super quick. Now, as I mentioned, I am going to go with a petrify combo, and we're going to do that through poison on the proton beams and then earth damage from these reflect beams. Let me move that back just a little bit further. There we go. And we're going to rinse and repeat this same setup on all of the lanes. So let's just go with Proton here. Lightning Strike and Boost. I'll run through all the heroes and what I'm using here in just one moment as soon as we get it built out. And then one more time over here. This Proton's placement was a little bit sketchy, but I think it'll be fine. Not the greatest placement there on that one, but I am certain we're going to live through it. Now, there's a few things you can do with those stuck kobolds besides just going over and killing with heroes, and one of them, which is kind of a natural go-to, would be without a doubt use the obelisk. The obelisk from the Mystic, of course, is map-wide smite damage. You can smack it down anywhere, and it will shoot into those spawns as well and hit those flying kobolds. And that's what we're going to do right here, is just throw one obelisk down just to help things out a little bit in that regard. Now, on that obelisk, I've got all the uniques: unique power, unique crit damage, and going with defense rate, empowering blasphemy, and destruction. The obelisk smite damage, you get down to the defense rate cap with just a regular defense rate shard, so no gilded shard required there. Of course, on the proton beam, I'm using frosty beams, destruction, and defense rate. The main thing here is having poison on it, and actually we don't need defense rate, do we? No, we've got defense rate. I moved a bunch of stuff around, so let's go with a vamp in there instead. So Frosty Beam's Destruction and Vamp, we've got defense rate as a mod, along with tenacity and poison. The main thing is the poison. Don't need the tenacity at all. It's not giving us any benefit here. And then we're going to reflect beams, defense rate, tenacity, and anti-melee. Shattering torpedo is where your earth damage is coming from. And we're going to use mass destruction and vicious as well. Then with the monk and deadly strikes, mass destruction, destruction on flame auras. Destruction boosted grasp, deadly strikes on boost auras. Destruction defense rate, deadly strikes on Skyguard towers. And then the destructive pylon in our lightning strike aura. So let's go ahead and check it out, see how it runs. Now, just about anybody, no matter where you build it, you're not really going to have a problem in the first couple of waves, as there's just a few knights. So the knights don't come out until much later in the wave. So you can just basically completely ignore them here through the first several waves. If you do the no knight challenge, if you do have issues with it, and if you do fail on it, it's going to happen in Wave 5. Wave 5 has very aggressive knights. They come out super quick, and you must pay attention to them. Now, as I mentioned, we do want to jump on any bosses right away that come flying in, as, you know, bosses are going to extend the amount of time that the wave runs if you leave them alive. Now, of course, as I say that, I completely ignore that Plaguing Hawk. Let's go ahead and get this ogre worked out, or maybe not. Maybe I'll just stand there and let him stomp on me instead. Wave 1 is not an issue. If this happened, if I did that in Wave 5, there's a chance it could cause problems. You just want to make sure that the enemies are dying, really, as soon as they come out, for the most part. For your assassins, when they're coming, just dip by your proton beam, of course, for that instant assassin removal, which is kind of nice. And it looks like I may have one of those stuck flyers here. Indeed. So we'll just kind of spam up into the spawn until we get that bad boy. As well, as you see, the Spectral Knight is up there on the core. I'm just going to go ahead and G right through it to make sure, well, for no apparent reason other than to just ignore what's going on up there at the core. Still getting it done. Assassin's coming out quick. Very, very quick in Wave 2, that is for sure. And just basically going to spam upgrades onto the Flame Auras and the Reflect Beam. The reason I'm hitting the Flame Auras first is because of the flyers. There's quite a few flyers that come out. The Reflect Beam will do some damage to them. However, the Flame Aura has got the big boy coverage, and better to just go with it in regards to the flyers. Burning them out quick, still no real problem. Now, we've got a knight coming. I'm actually going to try to get up there and let you see exactly how much damage that knight is doing, as it is just a small amount of damage. You don't have to worry, your core is not going to explode the second a knight gets here. As I mentioned earlier, it's going to take quite a few of them a little while just smashing on it to do any real damage to it. See, we got assassins coming again. Yep, and it looked like it ended a little bit quickly there. The assassins just ended up despawning. So once again, just going to spam upgrades around and continue on here. We got zappers. That upgrade, I was going to say, that upgrade is not going to complete. Try that one again here. Looking good so far. Wave 3, the knights definitely are more abundant. They start coming out a little bit quicker. You see we've got a knight working our way up there with still well over 200 mobs left. Let's see if this one will make it to the core and we can take a look at that damage that's being done. Actually, I don't think this one's going to make it either. He is a slow mover. No siege rollers. Oh, there's a siege roller right there. I was going to say no siege rollers so far. Now, what I want to do with the siege roller is I don't want to CC it at all. I'm going to let it get out as far as I can, and as soon as that petrify starts hitting on it, I'm going to go ahead and jump behind then. The reason Petrify and Siege Rollers can be such a pain in the butt is the Petrify will make it so that you're not getting that increased damage on the Siege Roller while the Petrify is happening. Now, it seems a little bit glitchy and a little spotty. Sometimes you can still kill them decently quick. However, sometimes Petrify is definitely a detriment when it comes to killing Siege Rollers. So, since you want to make sure you're burning mobs fast, make sure you're paying attention to those Siege Rollers 100% for sure. So far, so good. We haven't really been threatened hardly at all as far as the core being damaged. We've got quite a few in Wave 4 here already out. We've got 2 of them out, right? I think there's 2 of them out. Or is there just 1 out now? Or no, I guess that was the first one, but when it came out, there were still over 300 mobs. So you see the trend. They start coming out earlier and earlier, and they're more and more abundant. So is this greenie going to make it up here? We will see. Let's get Malthius wrecked, just because Malthius can always be a pain. Cobalt to the face. And we've got another Siege Roller coming. Where is the roller? It looks like it is straight ahead here. Should have let it come out a little bit farther, but still able to clip the sweet spot there. And the Knights should despawn. I was hoping it was going to get 1 shot off there so you could see the damage done. But now here we are in Wave 5. Now, as I mentioned, if you have a problem with doing it with no Knights, it's going to happen in Wave 5. So you definitely want to be on your toes in Wave 5 here. You have any Slakelions or anything like that, make sure you work on them right away to get them out of the picture. And you see Green Knight out already in just seconds into the wave, really. Red Knight out as well. So 2 Knights out with over 300 mobs left. And a third. Let the protons deal with these assassins. Looks like the Zapper may be stuck. Or no, he's coming out. Get these assassins off. Now you see there's a lot of Knights coming up there, but we are only at 40 mobs, so actually did well enough this time that we're going to take core damage, but it's not going to be significant. Take a look at it here now that we've got a Knight finally here. Yeah, see, it's just not doing a ton of damage. It's not an alarming amount of damage being done to the core. Now, of course, if you get a bunch of Knights, all that's going to stack, so make sure you're on top of it there. And then we've got our Siege Roller, and it is GG. So there we go, the No Knight Challenge on the Spectral Assault Prime Incursion. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to click that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. And happy Christmas Eve to everyone that has Christmas Eve going on for them right now. And that celebrates the holiday. So thank you all once again. And I will see you next time around. Take it easy.